live.
Okay, good morning everyone. How are y'all today?
Good.
Good
How are you?
morning, Justin. How you doing?
Fine. Hi. I see we hype on sugar today, all of us.
I haven't had my coffee.
So I'll drink coffee, I drink cocoa. Better. So, alright, the question for today is how would youth be if they had a male figure in their life?
Hmm, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
I know, I chose the question.
Um, how will youth be if they had a male figure in their life? This more pertaining to boys or boys and girls stuff because you.
Like a father figure.
Oh, okay. I mean, things. I guess it would depend on the situation, but having a father figure around is definitely more, in my opinion, more positive. You need because I mean, you hear about all the other people who don't have necessarily the father figure in their life, and it's the up and down and stuff like up and down lives and stuff like that. And sometimes they lead with great lives. Sometimes but you get some cases where it's not necessarily what's going on. So I mean, it'd definitely be more positive, especially if the father's a good father. And I mean, that's the most important thing about it. If the parents are good, but then mentally, structurally, the lives of the children or even teenagers and grown-ups, adults would be good. So.
True. And like I believe like if we had a male father, well, if youth today they didn't grow up with no male figure in their life, so they go down a road of destruction because they don't have that male guidance in their life to structure them and tell them, no, is go down this road, not that road. Is it mothers can do so much and fathers can do more. So it's good to have a male figure in everyone's life, not just one, but everyone's life. Because without that male figure, that father figure, it's like you're growing up with like a dark, how you say, like a void in your heart. Because it's you, your mother, and that third place in your heart is your father. But you know, people have different stories. Like the father walked out on them, they left, the father died, and this and that. So like as the alternative, like you know, people can get like mentors and like try to make the mentors like a father figure to them, like take him out, take him to dinner, um, let them spend a night at the house for a day, take them to their job, show them what they do, and it's like put them on a path of guidance and success, not like a path of negativity and destruction. So I believe that that's one of the issues in this world today is not having a father figure. What would you think, Miriam?
I think having a father figure is an important part of every like young person's life. But the thing is that sometimes people who do have a father figure, they aren't exactly someone who should be influencing them.
Hmm.
Their father is a good influence on them. Definitely, it's a positive. But sometimes, um, let's say like in a marriage, let's say the father and the mother are fighting all the time, anyways, or there's disputes, or maybe even the father didn't have the best background himself, so he kind of does things that are like questionable. So then, either way, the child will look up to their father, always looking for acceptance. So if they think that that's the right thing to do, then it could actually be a negative. But I think for the most part, having um, a positive father figure in your life is a huge part of growing up.
Hmm.
Having a mother and a
Hmm.
father.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone can have that, but
True.
I think when
Yeah.
you do and they're positive and they want to see you grow and have a better life than they did, that it's definitely a positive. Definitely having people who support you and want to be there for you. Because having just one or the other, you don't get both sides. You know.
True.
You want to be able, again, like what Johnson said, have someone you can trust. I mean, I was reading a book by I think it's Felicia Pride. It's called The Message, and her father, she was a good father growing up. made sure that he made the right arrangements so that he got off the streets of Baltimore and into a nice town in New Jersey to live and stuff like that. But then he ended up going on drugs and he ended up being isolated from her. And then I guess something happened with the mom and the dad, and they split up, and she didn't talk to her father. And I think it's important that a positive figure, not something really negative. And you gotta, and it could be. In any case, you just make sure it's a positive.
True. True. Basically, you have to say like have like a positive male figure in your life,
Hmm.
right? That's what you're trying to say, and like make sure that male figure is a positive influence, not a negative influence in your life.
You can have male figures in your life, whether it's your best friend or maybe an adult, but maybe that adult isn't necessarily the best person to be around because maybe they're not stable. Maybe they got a lot of issues in terms of maybe they do drugs, maybe they're violent and all that stuff. You got
True. True. Well, what can youth do to try to fix that dark void in their heart? Could not have an male figure. Like, should people open up more mental programs, or have people in their family be male role models to youth, or open up community centers? What do you think?
I think it's important for other family members to step in and see that there is no father figure. But that's like a personal thing within family because sometimes they don't have other family members who will step in. So I think it's important for these like try and make the best of their situation. Like by let's say joining sports teams, sometimes you hear people who like their coach is like a father to them or like leaders like that are like fathers to them. But also, I think what you said about community centers, like if they have like how they have like, let's say you go to like a new school, you live somewhere new or something, and they have like older brother sister program, like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's just someone who you look at as a positive influence, basically. So I think that's a good idea.
well,
True.
having community center, maybe even joining the local girls club. That's important. That could be something you can do, especially in the younger part of their life, and as they get older, just I guess even if it's just having to somebody who lived, like say a father died or something like that, and the father was a good guy, maybe to the things he did and stuff like that, and we'll keep living the legacy that he had, stuff like that, and make sure it's a good path.
True.
Hmm.
True.
Yeah.
So how can we prevent you from going down uh, a wrong road? Because sometimes youth get so upset when they see children with their fathers or the older teens with their fathers, and they wanna either fight or have an issue about it. So how can you prevent that from happening?
Yeah, you can't really. I mean, you can try to talk to them and say that, it shouldn't be. Me having a father figure around shouldn't, make you feel a certain way and stuff like that. It just the circumstances that you were you're in. It's such that you probably don't have that male figure in your life. So I mean, the whole point is making sure that even if say I am lucky to have my father around and stuff like that. If my friend needed someone to talk to, needed someone for guidance, I would definitely allow them to talk to my dad and stuff like that. Be cordial, be kind, and and offer someone in your life to help out.
Mm. True. How about you, Miriam? Or
Well, I think it becomes a personal issue. Like, it's different between every individual who feels that way, because everyone has their own personal stories. Like, some people, they're going to be more sad and reserved about it, and then other people are going to really, like, lash out and be very angry and be filled with rage. So it depends on
mm,
the situation, I think. You just have to let them know that it's not a personal attack to them because it's not their fault, because sometimes people ask themselves like, why me? Like, let's say their dad left, like, was I not good enough? So it's always like a confidence thing, or like they feel like betrayed, no trust. It's a personal, it's changes at every case, and you just have to let these youth know that it's not them. They're not. There's nothing wrong with them, basically, because then it becomes like psychological, also.
yeah, thing for them.
Especially in broken homes. If the parents get a divorce, stuff like that, you got to make sure the father remains in his life, no matter what his issues are. He needs to be able to needs to take that responsibility. It's also about taking that responsibility as well as a father figure to those kids and stuff like that.
True. True. Is it time?
You have like 3 minutes. We can.
Uh, so what question you got, Miriam?
Well, what do you think that a father figure provides that the rest of the family doesn't? Like, why do you think a father figure is so important in shaping the family?
Because well, when I think of the father figure provide, he's a strong household member. Because what a woman could do, a woman they can do but so much. But a father figure can do more. He can tell like five kids to be quiet, sit down, and they do it. The mother figure had to go around, chase them, tell them sit down, this and that. A male figure is more stern and more n- uh how you say it, like don't play, like he give order in the house, and like that's what youth need, order in the house, because like youth, they try to run over the mother because the mother can do but so much, but a father figure can stand his ground and say enough is enough. So like that's why a father figure should be in all houses. How about you, Kevin?
A father, sets the limits on behavior. Solves problems. They help deal with emotions and stuff like that. They're good people to talk to, especially in times of need. So I think having the father figure is very important and stuff like that in terms of being there for somebody, because some mothers can be, and sometimes they can be emotional, and sometimes you won't be able to talk to them and then have a clear mind. The dad was going to look at it from a different angle and be able to maybe have a clearer mind about things. So it's always good to have that father figure with you.
True.
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
So I guess Miriam can end if she would like.
Thank you, Justin. It was a very
Thank you
good,
for your
You're
topic.
welcome.
great topic.
Thank you.
Great question.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
And I guess we will meet all at yoga tomorrow.
Yoga.
All
Yo,
right.
Miriam, you come to yoga?
Of course. Thanks for
Yes.
listening, guys.
All right.
Welcome. Laters.
Bye bye.